Greetings guys, a warm welcome. Hey, thank you for joining me. Libra, this is your reading for October. And with that, for a lot of you, October is your birthday month, and yes, for some of you it's September as well. So happy birthday to you all in 2020. May it be the beginning of a happy, healthy, bright and prosperous year coming. Now, as we move into October of 2020, I can hardly believe it myself. The year now seems to be going extremely fast. Initially at the beginning of the year, when so many people went into lockdown and plans were halted and we couldn't get out, we couldn't do much, we were stuck at home, it felt like Groundhog Day. But now it's as if the wheels are spinning even faster and time is disappearing before us. I can hardly believe that this is the reading for October, which leaves very, very little energetic vibration left of the year 2020. And what a year it's been. I think we could have really, in hindsight, if we'd have looked back at that conjunction that started at the beginning of the year, which astrologers had been talking about for a very long time, and they said, this is massive. Well, if we'd have maybe listened a little bit harder to just how massive that was going to be, we perhaps would all understand it a little bit more at the changes that are taking place. So October brings us into still, there is still plenty going on in the background in terms of planetary movements. Mars is retrograde until November the 14th, and it's kind of got a lot of energy from its Aries backer, if you like. So there is a lot of feistiness, there could be a lot of controversy, there could be a lot of tensions globally at the collective, at the intercommunity and at the personal. That will kind of be taking a foreroad for setting the scene of what may go on. So I think it's really important in these times, especially with Mars being so active, if we can nourish the soul rather than the ego and find peace when around us there may seem to be turmoil going on. And that will be the best way to ride the wave of these emotions and energies that are going to be bombarding the planet. We also have Pluto stationing direct in Capricorn on October the 4th. We have Mercury stationing retrograde on the 13th of October. There's the new moon in Libra on the 16th of October. And then the Sun enters Scorpio on the 22nd of October. And of course on the 31st of October is Halloween Day. Just before I started the reading, I did a little bit of intuitive work for you guys, and you came up with a couple of mantras you could use, if you like, for the month of October. The first one is freedom is yours. This feels as though something is going to expand, or you are being released, or you are being freed up. The number 33 came into play, which of course is a master number, and also the number 6, and of course 6 and 33 are all divisible of each other as such. The other part of the mantra that arrived, or the message, was miracles are endless. So there's something coming for a lot of you guys where you will feel as if you have broken through something, you've pierced a boundary, you have reached some sort of accolade. There feels like there's a positivity behind perhaps something that you've been pursuing or working with or pushing toward. So I think that's really nice for your birthday energy as well, to get positive messages like that and to feel that there is freedom in whatever way that you personally are seeking for. This is a possibility. And actually I wonder if the Magician turns up for you guys out of any of the cards that are here, because that would also be quite telling in terms of opportunity and advancement and possibilities and freedom. And also to remember that miracles are endless, and these may not be all the miracles you want in the world, but look around you every day and find the moments of gratitude, and in those moments of gratitude you will find. Let's start for Libra here. This deck is a deck that works with the chakra colors as well, so we utilize the color system through this. In fact, that's interesting because I've also chosen this deck over here, which is also a chakra related deck for some of these readings for October. I have to think now what month I'm in. So the first card out is Death, and it has actually come out and turned itself upside down. Let's just see what else is for Libra in this instance. When the reversed Death turns up, it generally means that what changes are coming, which could be this freedom that you're talking about, is not a massively intense change. It could be a transitional thing that you have been working on, and this is the moment of time that is allowing you some sort of freedom from it. Death is definitely freedom. For some of you, it might, as I say, it's not necessarily something that is going to change your whole destiny path, especially when it's reversed, because it's just tending to mean that it's not as big a deal. But it might be that it is, as I said earlier, it's something that you have been working on and you are transiting into. All areas of life. This can be health related issues as well. So something about a health issue that may have been causing problems or blockages or slowing things up or slowing you down might also be ebbing away. Oh, the Hierophant is another major arcana. He, of course, is about doing things right and following protocol and following rules and being in balance in many ways. The Hierophant talks about doing things that are right for you as well. So even though it's a card of kind of legal proprietedness and not pushing too many boundaries, especially in societal dictations and perhaps in public places or perhaps within the law-abiding contracts that you might have in your life or within your employment constructs. But it does also say do the right thing for you, and that might be tied up quite closely to this reversed Death card. It's about this breaking free, this ability to feel the freedom. So I have a feeling you guys might be thinking about yourself a little bit in this month coming up, which again makes sense because it's your birthday time. Now the Princess of Wands is like the Page of Wands. Again, it's reversed. She's often about new beginnings around a career or something that you're very passionate about or your creative ability in life. Now again, given that she's reversed, I'm getting the feeling that there's things that you want to have happen that you are planning on, but there may be a little bit of transiting time. There may be a little bit of a time issue going on around you in this month of October. Or perhaps it's that you have been planning all this and you've been implementing it slowly bit by bit. So somehow there's still a timing thing going on. It's either starting and working its way through with the intention of perhaps being better next year or being in place next year or finalised then, or maybe there is just this little bit of a hold up that is bothersome, I suppose, could be bothersome, but maybe this is how you're planning it. One step at a time, do a little bit of whatever this project is one at a time. And now we have the King of Swords out and also in reverse. So he can be an air sign person, and technically he is yourself, of course, because you're Libran. Again, when he's reversed, we're just thinking of things being a little bit slowed or perhaps a block of some sort. When the King is upright, it's kind of like saying you're in your exact right energy with all your power that you could wish for at this present point in time. So when he's reversed, there's still something that you guys haven't quite put your finger on completely, or you haven't quite turned the ignition button the full way around to get the engine ticking over. It does usually talk about the fact that there is a power of force going on behind the scene, and we're getting all this colour in here too of the purpley and the mauve energies, which is very much up in the third eye chakra and the crown chakra, that part of your head. And of course that's intellect, and that's where the thinking happens. So I think a lot of you are plotting something or strategizing something or thinking something, or you're getting energy through that part of your body. Now this can also be related to intuitive energy or intuitive thoughts and ideas that come along to you. So trusting your instinct could be very powerful. or awakening that part of your body, or clearing any blockages in that area so that you allow the flow of ideas and transmission and expansion to come in without the blockages, because I just feel like there is some block here. It could also represent that there is a physical block in this part of the body. Some of you may have headaches or migraines or neck or shoulder pains. Some of you might feel stagnant in the area of creativity or design or whatever it is that you are wanting to expand on. So it could be that you need to free flow, do some meditation or some exercises, or get out into nature and spend time contemplating how you can make this plan or this situation or this desire or this dream come into reality, because it just needs a boost of some other sort. Now, the other things that the King of Swords reversed can represent is another air sign person coming into your life. And quite often this person may be darker, like have darker hair or darker skin and maybe brown eyes. This person may be coming into your life or play a role already, and it could represent signing documents, so legal contracts or documents that you've been wanting to sign. Could even be for something like the purchase of a house, or the formation of a business, or someone purchasing something off you that you have made or designed or are formulating, and this may be being held up, and it could be associated for some of you with contracts around employment. There might be some sort of hold up with a job offer, or starting a job, or transitioning a job, or a pay rise, or negotiations, something along those lines. Let's stop with these cards. We definitely have got this really bluey mauve energy field going along there. So what we will use now are the energy oracle cards. First one out did a bit of a jump, so there's a bit of anxiety, and I think maybe when we see these reversed cards, it could be indicative of a little bit of anxiety. It might even be through this transition here with the reversed death card and this contemplation of where you're heading in the new realm. Now again, trust your intuition, become more connected to your intuitive abilities, listen to synchronistic events, dream time, connect with your angelic helpers or your celestial helpers or your higher self to gain more insight and awareness. So there we have another card, walking away, and it's also come out on its side. Now walking away could be very, very similar to the death, in as much that you are leaving something behind, which is what the death card is. So there's no doubt that some of you are ready to branch off into new horizons, leave something behind that doesn't suit you anymore. Adjacent possibilities. There are options open, and perhaps this could be why things are stalling a little bit here. Maybe you need to look at other opportunities or a different way or a different approach of doing something that you have got on your mind. What else is there for Libra here? For October, man holding a heart. So we've got another man coming in, and it doesn't necessarily tell us what sign he might be, but there's the potential for this King of Swords who was here. He could very well still be associated with some sort of business dealings or contract signing, but if he is involved more like this, then there's a possibility that he could be the same person. And again, we've got this darker hair and the brown eyes that we talked about. So someone like this could be playing a role in your life, either as a new relationship coming in, or perhaps you are going through a period of adjustment within a current relationship. Now, I talked about the fact that Mars is retrograde until November the 14th, and that is going to create a lot of combustion, even within personal relationships. So this could be a time where you either need to listen to what the other person is saying, or you need to take a step back and calm down and chillax. We need to be able to understand that these planets are helping to create tension, which could put a lot of pressure on our personal relationships or even our business relationships. So taking a deep breath, going outside, giving yourself some time away, listening carefully to what's being said, maybe writing down your own points of view and then handing them your written points of view if there are any arguments or discussions that come up. So yeah, I'm thinking that that could be part of the scenario there. So possible new love, possible rectification or remedial stuff required in a current love relationship. You may also find that if this is a new partner, or even maybe a current one, that they could be very tense and very stroppy and very wordy, quite demanding. That's also a possibility. A little bit more for Libra for their birthday reading for October 2020. Door to personal healing and happiness is beautiful. I mean, everyone would love to get that. So there is some peace and balance and harmony. And again, I see this as with the outdoors. And I'm thinking that the more time we spend with nature and the more time we take a moment out of the fast pace and the anxiety and the depression and the tension and the lack of and the illness and the everything else that's been pervading this year, the more we will find this happiness and healing and calm and meditation. So I think there's a great message in there, not just for yourselves, but for all of us for this year. But you've been given the door to find some of this coming in. So I hope that for you guys in the month of October, you do access the door and open it up and experience some of this wonderful healing energy force that could be coming your way. And healing, remember, can be at the physical, emotional, mental. There's so many different aspects that it can cover off. It can also be healing of relationships. It can be healing of karmic issues, of which this year has been so full of. So a lot of people have experienced timelines where there have been a lot of intense work that's going on in the background that you may not even understand, and it plays out sometimes as an energy field, and it can make you feel down or depressed or heavy or burdened or yuck. And you might be going, what's going on? Why do I feel like this? Because it's things being done at a different soul level that are being, ticked off, if you like, or being approved or being reassigned. And these are our karmic lessons in life, or our situations that we are in regards relationships or health or finances or job or soul family or our own personal journey. But this is the year that was being looked at by the greater cosmic forces in the far, far distance. And it was like when you're a little child and you've been given homework to do, and you take your homework book home and you do your homework, then you hand it to the teacher and she goes through and marks it the next day. That's what this year is like. It's like we're all being evaluated for what we've done, how far we've come, have we achieved what we wanted to achieve? If not, we're going to go through it again. If we have, it's lifted from you and you get this opportunity to heal. So this year has been full of these paradigms, and sometimes you can feel them as a heaviness or like something stirring in the background of your psyche, and other times you can feel a lightness of being, as if something has been lifted and changed. So that could be part of that message of that card as well. Now, just to finish off your reading, I have this other chakra deck. Ooh, that was quick too. That's the base chakra coming out. So that is very much about grounding yourself in the outdoors with earth. The base chakra covers off things such as our physical needs in life. So our physical emotions about fear, flight, feeling safe and being secure, about our home, about our finances, our job, our soul tribe and our family. So this base chakra area could need some reactivation for you, or it could need some opening up, because if it's closed due to fear or worry or anxiety, it may be being stopped, allowing, like it may be that it's closed off and not allowing a free flow of energy of money or abundance or happiness in those areas that we've just mentioned. It may also be that there's something in the lower half of your body, such as your base of your spine, your hips, your legs, ankles, that type of area, or even your bowel, that could need some work done on it in the physical realm or even the emotional realm for healing purposes and for freeing things up. So I will just pull one more. This is for Libra. And you can enhance that by being outdoors, grounding yourself, doing some meditation with red colour, wearing red clothing, eating red foods, listening to red meditational music. Here is your last card for the reading. And you have another of the base chakra cards. So you actually got 1 and 2. It's almost like we're back at some beginning here, or retithing things over. So this is belonging, community, culture and tribe, and the family unit. So for some of you, this family unit may be playing a real big role in your feelings and emotions and the movements that are taking place in this month of October. And when we look back at what your words were at the beginning, freedom is yours and miracles are endless, it may have something to do with freeing up from some karmic family lifetime issues, drama that has been going on. Now that could also relate in a health sector way, because when we are born into family lines have their own health issues. So some of you may have overcome a family related health issue, like a DNA issue, or there may be some relief from that. There may also be a miracle in terms of a healing within a family that might have been disrupted or have disharmony within it. There could also be a bringing back together of your family or feeling more secure within this way. It may be that you need to pay attention to your family culture and tribe as well and bring them together. There might be a coming together, like a party or a reunion of some type within a family. Now, family can be much more than a lot of people think of it. It can be a very extended avenue of your perspective of the family, including your own close-knit, like yourself, your partner, your children, siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents, half-brothers, sisters, step-brothers, families that blend together, or even community members that you feel a strong bond with. Family holds a lot of different meanings for a lot of different people. So that's a nice way to finish your reading. It's bringing you back down to earth, and it really is grounding you quite strongly. It's giving you strength. When we're grounded, we have incredible personal strength as well, and with that strength we can move forward, because if we're not grounded as humans, well, how do you achieve anything else? Because you need that earth solid grounding strength. It's like the first step, number one, on your journey of decisions and change and new avenues. So nice reading for you there, Libra. I hope you have enjoyed that, and that you may find some great inspiration and strength and movement, and enjoy the freedom and the miracles that are yours. Also, some of you may find that horses or cows, for some reason, play a role in your month of October. And I'd love to hear how that plays out one way or another. Some of you may be buying horses or cows, or you may be around them, or you may experience them, or you may dream of them. Yeah, we'll just see what it is. Anyhow, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, and putting a like beside the video and leaving your comments. It's great when you do. Everyone gains from sharing their experiences and being involved in the community. Also check your moon and rising signs, because there could be some really interesting messages there as well. Have a wonderful October. Be safe, everyone, and be well. Namaste.